everyone. Welcome to our Greater New York kickoff for our 2021 walk. My name is Saskia Thompson, and I am the new Executive Director for National Kidney Foundation serving Greater New York and Connecticut. And I am so excited that you are all here tonight. You are all our champions and ambassadors on the front line to raise awareness and funding and resources for kidney health. Our goal for our 2021 virtual walk is to raise $450,000, which we will do with your help. And so I want to thank you for that. Throughout the evening, we are encouraging you to put your questions in the chat and also let us know how long you've been walking and why you walk. And before we really jump into the logistics of tonight, I want to take a moment to make this real. And so I am going to turn things over to Paul Cohen, who is going to tell us why he walks. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks so much, Saskia, for having me. I'm really excited to be doing this. So first off, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, why the National Kidney Foundation, and why I walk. So my mission statement, my walk statement, I walk for those who cannot. As a kidney recipient, I recognize how important it is to raise awareness for kidney disease. So a little bit about me is I received a kidney transplant in 2016. In 2015, I was on dialysis. I was very quiet about the situation, and I had a coworker who knew, and she put me in touch. There was this. She said, "Oh, my friend knows this guy named Kevin. He does something at a foundation that deals with kidney disease, and you should talk to him." And I said, "Sure." You know, I'd really never known anyone who went through it. And I also kept it pretty quiet when I was initially going through dialysis. So Kevin would call me every week, check in, how dialysis was going, how I was feeling, and shared his experience. And, you know, I spoke to doctors, nurses, surgeons, people at their transplant clinic, and it was the first time I ever met someone who had been through it. And that personally meant a lot to me emotionally too. You know, maybe we don't talk about that sometimes. And just for those who don't know, turns out Kevin Longino, he was and is currently the CEO of National Kidney Foundation. So then I jumped forward to 2016. I was so grateful I was able to get a transplant. And I started to think, I was like, you know, we had all this energy. I wanted to give back. I wanted to channel that. So I initially signed up to the walk. I was like, oh, he did something with National Kidney Foundation. So I did my first walk in 2016, and I've been a committee member since 2017. And I know I say this a lot, and I probably said it 5 times on this call. I'm so grateful. But I look at myself, and I was very lucky. I had an amazing family behind me, multiple people who basically were like, I will donate to you. Thanks, Mom, for donating. Amazing friends who had my back through anything I needed. I had a great job, great coworkers, whatever I needed. I needed to leave early for dialysis. They had my back, and really lucky with great insurance that covered most of this. So to circle back to the top, and you know, it's never lost on me. My experience may not be what other people's experiences was or is going through it. So I walk for those who cannot. And what do I mean by that? And now I've learned, I was initially pretty quiet about it, and now I like to speak about it. I like to let people know this is something okay to speak about it and bring up. So I've met people who are scared to ask for a liver donation, who are just on dialysis but don't feel the need to ask, right? I've met people who, for financial reasons, this is going to be very tough on them, even with the drugs after. I've met people who sadly aren't ineligible from other things in their life, and it almost made me feel a little guilty, right? That my experience was relatively smooth, and it just created this energy for me that I never want to forget that, and I always want to give back. And you know, also in talking about this, it's also to prevent other people from having to go through what I went through. So I walk for all those people who cannot. I'm so grateful to be a part of the walk. Special thank you for everyone joining in, everyone who's raising money for this amazing cause. It's personally affected my life greatly. National Kidney Foundation, you guys were there for me when I needed it. So I can't say thank you enough. And that's why I walk. And now I want to turn it over to Larry Weiss. I know Larry's been on the committee since I joined, so thank you, Larry, for always being there. And you're up.
Wow, Paul. Hey, we're very grateful and thankful for your health and for all that you do for National Kidney Foundation. I mean, that really brings it home for all of us. So thank you very much. Hi, everybody. I'm Larry Weiss. I'm president of Atlantic Tomorrow's office, and I've been involved with the NKF for over 20 years, and I've been on the board for the last 3. I'm very proud to serve this year as this year's Kidney Walk chair, and want to take a few moments to thank all of our committee for leading the way to another successful New York City Walk event. We are all hoping that 2021 is the last time that we're going to be virtual. So just to restate the goal, this year's fundraising goal is $450,000, and last year was virtual, and we raised about the same. We really hope to get back to the in-person walks, so to the real walks, where we raised over $1 million in those last 2 years. So we really need to get back to that, but we are looking for everybody to get out, lace up, and do whatever you can so we can really exceed that goal of 450,000. That said, our purpose has never been more urgent, as kidney disease affects 37 million people across the United States. Most of them don't even realize it. The pandemic has only made this situation more dire, as COVID-19 has been shown to impact kidneys in people who did not previously have kidney disease. Thanks to our supporters, like everyone on this call tonight, thank you. The National Kidney Foundation was able to provide ongoing support to the kidney disease community throughout the pandemic. That's just unbelievable. This slideshow shows a few highlights, but the bottom line is NKF's ability to improve health outcomes for people with kidney disease relies on its ability to raise awareness and resources. And that's what this walk is all about. So let's race up. Let's race and lace up. Saskia, back to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Larry. And thank you, Paul, for sharing your story. It's so tangible when someone speaks from the heart. And I know that so many people on this call walk for a reason. So what we're asking you to do as part of our virtual LaceUp event, it's 3 things. One is recruit friends and family, coworkers. We are looking to build momentum. This is a movement, and we need to rally the troops. So that's the first thing. The second thing we're asking everyone to do is to fundraise, and that's actually items 2 through 30. Because of course we know that to support patients, to raise awareness, to educate, to provide professional development and advance innovation, all of that stuff takes resources, right? So we're asking you to fundraise. And then of course we're asking you to spread the word. Now that could be through social media, through email, family barbecue, whatever it is that you use to connect with people, we're asking you to do that. And if you are a user of social media, we're asking you to tag us in all of your posts, because we're going to collect all of those great moments and we're going to share them at the end of this to celebrate. So if we can go to the next slide, Sean. So as someone who is newer to the community, I've had sort of this confusion, like, are we talking, what's a virtual walk and what does it mean to lace up? So it's a really creative way. I think the theme of the pandemic has been resiliency and flexibility, and I think lacing up sort of captures that. So let's share a video and that shows what exactly it means to lace up. Okay, so that shows you that lacing up is as flexible as you are. So I think the message there is anything goes. Anything that requires you to lace up your athletic shoes counts. So let's get to some of the nitty gritty: when, where, and how. So when we're all in person, we usually do this on one day, but since we're in this virtual environment, we've designated November 8th through the 14th to be our walk days. Now, that said, if you want to choose November 14th to safely meet with friends and family in a park or with coworkers, I would say wear your orange and get out there. We would love to see that groundswell, but we want you to do that safely. If the 14th doesn't work for you, start getting active on the 8th. But even before that, and Sean's going to get into this next, we are at a countdown now. We are 37 days from our walk, and that means something. So, Sean, I'm going to let you explain what that means.
Yeah, thank you, Saskia. So what that means is right now is the perfect time to kick off your kidney walk fundraising. Tomorrow is actually 37 days out from November 14th. And we're doing that for the 37 million Americans affected by kidney disease. So plan out your walk celebrations using this 37-day calendar that we have here. And start off by tomorrow sharing your fundraising page on social media with friends and family and encourage them to participate. We also have some great tools available so you can connect your Facebook and start fundraising that way. It's super easy. It can be done with just a click of the button. And like Saskia mentioned, we want to celebrate you this year for sticking with us throughout the pandemic. So continue to send us videos of you fundraising, of you walking with your friends and family, with your dog, because we want to celebrate you, our kidney walkers and our kidney community on both social media and on walk day. And we have a couple ideas to get you kickstarted on how you can do this. We've all been those fundraisers before, and maybe you're new to this. So we have a couple ideas for you and how you can make the most out of this virtual environment that we're still in. So plan a virtual bingo night, possibly Zoom trivia happy hour. One of our close friends here did a nice bunny yoga to celebrate and lace up and shared that on social media. All of these are great. Use these the best. You know your friends and family more than we do. So key into what makes them tick and lean into that. And then along the way, you're going to be earning all this great kidney walk gear so that you can wear it on walk day or before if you're walking before. And those items will get to you 2 weeks before the walk. So start your fundraising now so that you have all of this great gear for the walk day itself. And we have, and if you are a corporate team or you're thinking about joining us as a corporate team, we have Amelia Hladnik here to kind of walk us through the different corporate opportunities and the way that you can engage your workplace.
Awesome.
So,
thanks,
take it away.
Sean. Cool. Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Amelia Hladnik, and I manage corporate events and partnerships for Konica Minolta. And I'm here, as Sean said, to talk to you a little bit about corporate engagement opportunities for the New York City Walk. So I was introduced to the National Kidney Foundation in 2017 when Konica Minolta became the title sponsor of the Golf Classic. And my involvement with the National Kidney Foundation has only become deeper since we learned about the New York City Walk. Our company's headquarters are in northern New Jersey. So the New York City Walk is basically in our backyard. And when we learned about it, it only seemed natural to participate. And 2019 was a big year, not only for our company's involvement with the National Kidney Foundation, but for my personal awareness of kidneys, their importance to our bodies, and the impact that kidney disease has had amongst my family and my friends. So let's first talk about a little bit about why 2019 was a big year for Konica Minolta and the National Kidney Foundation. In 2019, our president and CEO at the time, Rick Taylor, co-chaired the walk with Larry Weiss, who you guys heard from a little while ago, and they raised a record-breaking $1 million. It was amazing. And my job for that was to spearhead the activation for Konica Minolta. So I helped organize our company's participation, our fundraising plan, and the large employee gathering at Foley Square in 2019. And it is just so incredible to see our entire company, our partners, our networks, all join together and be excited to walk together for one cause. The experience of introducing the National Kidney Foundation to our company was truly life-changing. I mean, we do a lot of activations with the National Kidney Foundation. The golf tournaments, we celebrate World Kidney Day in March at our corporate headquarters, and we fundraise for the kidney walks that we participate in nationwide. And so it's really been eye-opening to see how many people with personal connections to kidney disease attend all of these events that we do and that we participate in. It really makes you realize how common kidney disease is. And it was through my company's participation with the National Kidney Foundation that I started talking to my friends and family about kidney disease. I mean, honestly, it was probably the initial starter of the conversation was my fundraising emails to all of my family and friends. But those brought to light how many instances of family and friends have fallen victim to kidney disease. And I think that the most notable ones are the two people that I walk for every year. The first is my godmother, who was lucky enough to receive a transplant and is now 4 years kidney strong, which is incredible. And the second is my mother-in-law, who was one out of the 100,000 people on the transplant list. And unfortunately, she passed away from renal failure in 2019 as well. So going back to the corporate support and engagement, as an employee of Konica Minolta, I think that it's really comforting to know that my company supports an organization that's so near and dear to my heart. And I think that employees across corporate organizations that work with the National Kidney Foundation can say the same. I mean, I hear it all the time. I see it all the time. Like, we're a national sponsor of the Kidney Walks and title sponsor of the Golf Classic, but we see employees across the country volunteering on committees to help support the cause, offering up, we're a technology and printing company, offering up services to help print and produce materials for these local walks and golf tournaments, because it's near and dear to their hearts. So that's a little bit about 2019. Let's move on to 2020, first year of the pandemic. The majority of the kidney walks went virtual, and we decided to still participate in as many as we could, which was great. And I mean, it's 2021 now. COVID-19 is still around, and most of the walks are virtual again. But honestly, it isn't stopping us, and it shouldn't stop you guys and your companies and your organizations. And that's incredible. So we are looking forward to getting our Team Konica Minolta together again this year. Just like I said, just because it's virtual doesn't mean you can't engage, support, and excite your employees to walk for a cause. So again, this year we've put together a fundraising plan with a little bit of competition to really amp the employees up for fundraising efforts. And we are also encouraging employees across the country to join our New York City walk team. So that's the beauty of a virtual walk, is you can captivate nationwide. I mean, you could technically do it globally, but all of your employees, partners, to encourage them to walk with your team for a good cause. So Konica Minolta is really serious about supporting organizations that do good in this world. That's why we support the National Kidney Foundation. And we offer a lot of incentives to employees to allow them to support the organizations that they care about most, from matching gift contributions to a volunteer time off day. We do a lot. So if you guys have any questions or you want to learn more about how to activate within your company, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to share our ideas with you. And yeah, that's it. So good luck, good walking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amelia. That is actually so inspiring, because sometimes, these issues we think about it in terms of friends and family, but we are all connected by public health. And I think we all learned over the last 2 years that general public health matters. And so I think it's a really interesting way to connect with your colleagues. And it's such an important cause. And, kidney disease, it tends to be invisible. And I think it's so important that companies take a lead in raising awareness. So I just want to sum things up a little bit. We are encouraging everyone to lace up their shoes, walk locally, figure out what you're going to do on which day, find your route in a local park, or go on a giant jog walk with some orange bandanas. We would love to see the photos over the next 37 days as we continue to build momentum. Please send us your photos, post on social media. Be sure to tag us so we know what you're doing, and we can start collecting all of your great efforts and experiences for our celebration that will be sometime in the evening of November 14th. But before we move to questions, I want to take a moment to thank our incredible sponsors who have taken a leadership role in supporting this effort, and we're so grateful for that. And we also want to thank all of our individual walkers and our teams. Thank you for everything you're doing. This is really the heart and soul of the success of our walk. Remember, we're striving to raise $450,000, and we are so grateful for all that you're doing on the front lines for us. And I know that we've thrown a lot of information at you tonight, and we are here for you. The whole Greater New York team is here for you. We've posted an email address, so if there's something you think about after we get off the call tonight, just email us if you want to bounce around some ideas. And I think we have a special guest who wants to make an appearance and say thank you too. Oh, there he is. It's Sydney the Kidney. Hi, Sydney. So Sydney's going to be trick-or-treating this year for some healthy Halloween treats. So, low sodium, maybe some, apples that we'll double check really carefully. So thank you, Sydney. Thanks for joining us tonight. And now if you have any questions that you'd like to put in the chat, we're happy to answer them. So I'm just going to say go.
Yeah. Thank you, Saskia, and thank you, Sydney, for joining us. We do have a couple questions here, so I'm going to pop these up that are coming in. Let's see here. What do we got? First one is, how far should we walk? Saskia, you want to take this?
Sure. So we, honestly, it's walk your way. So you can walk your way. We are encouraging people to set a goal of 3.7 miles, reminiscent of that 37 million people who are facing kidney disease. So that's a nice route to plan. And there's a website called Map My Run. You can sort of figure that out. And our kidney website, our Walker Toolkit, has a step tracker. So that's a fun thing to do too. Maybe you want to do 37,000 steps, have a really hearty breakfast and schedule a massage for after that.
Absolutely. Love that idea. We got another one here. So we've been asking about photos and videos and where those can go. So we definitely want to be collecting photos and videos all the time leading up here at Kidney Walk. Sydney, you're too distracting. We definitely want to get these. You can send them, you can tag us at NKFGNY on both Instagram and Facebook, and we'll find them. Or you can send them to our unified email, and that is nkfgny@kidney.org. So again, you can send all your photos and videos to nkfgny@kidney.org, and we'll be compiling all of those and sharing them on November 14th. Let's see, we got a couple more coming in here. We've got a lot of love for Sydney here. We got a lot of, hi, Sydney. We got Emily saying, go, Sydney.
I definitely want to go trick-or-treating with Sydney and eat all his almond joys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great costume. We've got one about fundraising. So how many emails to friends and family is too many? I don't want to be annoying. Great question. Saskia, or I got some information, some feedback.
I mean, I think it's just go with your gut on this one. I think it's really important to put the cause at the forefront of your emails and explain why it's so important to you when you're fundraising. Is there a rule of thumb, Sean?
I feel like I've heard a couple times where I've heard a study that it takes about 5 to 7 times for someone to see one of these donation links and then ask to actually act on it. Obviously, some people are different, and they're going to do it the first time. But continue to put the mission and the cause at the front of the message. And I don't think anyone would be annoyed or offended that you are continuing to fundraise for a great cause.
Yeah, and I might
So-
just add, maybe mix it up every time you do it.
Absolutely.
I will say I completely exploited my dog today for his birthday and put him in a kidney shirt. And that was my second pass on Facebook. And I did get a few more donations today because it was just something a little different. So I would encourage you to mix it up and just keep it really authentic.
Yeah, and fundraising updates are a great way to do it as well, and create smaller goals. So maybe on this email that you're sending out, this email I want over this weekend. You send it out on a Saturday. Over this weekend, I want to raise $500. Can we do that? So create these like more mini goals for your friends and family to contribute to.
Great idea.
Got another one here. I've earned some incentives already. So you've raised $1,000 or $500. Thank you. And when will you be getting those great items? We are aiming to get those to you 2 weeks before the walk. We'll be pulling lists and getting that all set. But we want to get it to you 2 weeks before the walk so that you have it on walk day. We do know that shipping is kind of a mess right now, so we're kind of playing that by ear. But the goal is to get everything to you before walk day that you have earned. Anything else? I'm just scanning. Got more Sydney love, but I think we're all set on questions, Saskia.
All right, great. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you for everything that you're doing. We are so excited to have you on our side, advancing the cause. Thank you for sharing your stories, and we are here for you. So please reach out if there's anything we can do to support your efforts that support ours. So have a great night.
Thank you.